I hereby take this opportunity to welcome you once again to our channel, that is FACTUALLY Show, the show that promised to always inform and share information, as well as educating the viewers on the progress of various events. Today we are making further confirmation about the progress of placement of grade 10 learners after it was announced that the results were out, and the promise was that by December 20th, 2025, the placement results would be available on the NEC portal, which has already happened. And the reason why FACTUALLY Show is making this video is because just as the same way the parents received the results when they were announced with mixed reactions, again they are receiving the placement with more mixed reactions. This is because most of the parents are not satisfied, are not comfortable, or the learners are not comfortable with where they have been placed. As we progress, I would like to request that all parents of KJSEA candidates, or those who qualified to join grade 10, do not do anything emotionally. Have some hope, and let us not do things with negativity, because there has been a number of challenges to do with receiving these results. When some tried to send the SMS code, that is 22263, some did not get the results. They were getting other messages. And a number of them complained that the system is not working. When we are having information being passed, the Kenya National Examinations Council does not have its own system of communication. It is relying on other communication service providers. And now, this depends on the nature of their bandwidth and, of course, the coverage. And at times, you might find that the network might fail. So that is normal. An SMS may not come. But what you are advised is you always keep on trying and, of course, changing the position where you are so that you can go closer to where we have some network. The other way that you are supposed to access the information was to go to the portal of NEC. Then there was that KJSEA exam number that you are supposed to fill in, and then followed by only one name of the learner. Then after that, I will mention briefly what should happen. You have received the result slip, and then you have seen that down there, you have all what the learner has, and then we have some percentages of all the pathways. I would request all the parents not to bother asking too much about how the percentages are working, because the percentages are very varied, because it is a multi-factor calculation which has been used based on so many other considerations: the county population, the distance of the school, the capacity of the school to handle that particular pathway. And I don't think this is very necessary for parents to bother themselves with. What is very important now is whether you can go and have a change now based on the taste or the interest of the learner. But you have to remember, this is also based on the academic performance of your learner. The other thing you need to know is that a learner may choose that school, but other learners who chose that school had higher score, and that school does not have extra capacity. So you might find that that learner may not be placed there. The other thing I will say is that once you go for any changes, it is not automatic that these changes won't be implemented, because the changes will also depend on the availability of vacancies. Let me mention briefly about the revision process. You have been told as a parent and your learner that if you are dissatisfied with your child's assigned school or career pathway, that is STEM, social sciences, or arts and sports, a formal revision window is available. I would also be very keen here to mention to you parents, we are in our country, which we love so much, Kenya, where ceremonies are very much loved. The time when you are supposed to review the placement is coming in a very festive season. In fact, it is coming between holidays and working days. Note keenly the date when you are supposed to have this revision done, because if you miss this, the system works with defined dates. If it has been set that by a certain date it will not operate, that is what will happen. The date which has been given that you are possibly going to do this on the portal is Tuesday of December. That is on 23rd, 2025. And what is the criteria for change? Revision must be based on learners' performance and the pathway suitability as indicated by the analysis at the bottom of the KNJSEA result slip. If you look at the KNJSEA result slip of your learner, you notice that down there we have the percentage analysis of all the 3 pathways. That is arts and sports, social sciences, and the STEM. So as you choose that particular school, then you have to also consider the possibility that that school is not very competitive to an extent that it might disadvantage your learner for the second time. Then the method of changing. Conmen will come up because when people are frustrated, this is when all manner of assistance will be offered. SMSs will be sent of some other people promising to assist. You are advised as a parent to make sure that you do the change in an official manner. Not in a cyber, but through the school head teacher of the senior school where your child was. Or directly from the official website of the Kenya National Examinations Council. But now as a parent, you don't have access rights. So this, as for now, will be only done between the parent, the head teacher of the institution where the learner was, and the changes will be effective. The other thing I would advise parents, sometimes parents, you have become very busy, so busy that you cannot get time for your child. Instead of going to see the principal physically, some will opt just to call. But when you are calling the principals, these are also human beings. Probably you are calling them on holiday and they are also on their own business. And then probably someone promises something, and for some reasons they might forget because on a phone call they have not noted it down. There are so many parents who are also calling. I would advise you parents to physically walk into the school where your learner was, talk to the head teacher. If possible, it could allow you sit down and see how things are moving on, and you at least have some evidence that something has been done. Otherwise, it might not be as simple as making a call. Changes are being handled through the grade 10 selection system, all via formal request through junior school hands. And the window which is there for parents is by request through the junior school hands. And I've said, and I repeat, parents, stop calling these head teachers at night, very early in the morning. Just walk in to the school on a working day, confirm whether the head teacher is physically available. Then you can initiate the placement or the changes. Then we move on to the placement factors and reporting. The selection formula which is being used is calculated using a multi-factor formula, whereby you consider the county population, the learner performance, the poverty levels, the distance to the school, and the school infrastructure. That is the capacity of that particular school to accommodate that pathway, that number of students. And what is the reporting date? All grade 10 learners are expected to report to their assigned senior schools on January 12th, 2026. I explain another scenario here. You are a parent, you have not noted this date. And when it comes to reporting date again, you did not even initiate any change of the school or placement. But then, when it comes to the reporting date again, you don't take your child on that date and there is no communication. Notice the government is working with systems and the institutions. What will happen is that once that learner physically goes to the school where he was placed, the senior school, then the head teacher of the senior school will go ahead and place that particular learner in the system. And so that learner will be recorded as having been taken in that particular school, and then the system will not allow that learner to be placed in any other school. About the school fees, the ministry has assured parents that there will be no change in school fees for learners joining grade 10 in 2026. I think that one is a positive move, and I don't think that the parents have a reason to worry. Then we come to reporting guidelines. I have said the official reporting date of all grade 10 learners is January 12th, 2026. Then we have what we are calling KEMIS online reporting. Admission is tracked through the Kenya Education Management Education System, KEMIS. Principals are strictly prohibited from entering a learner into KEMIS until that learner has physically reported to the school. So the head teachers of the senior schools, as at now, they cannot place any student in any of the senior schools. Then we come to the issue of admission letters. Parents and learners can download admission letters and joining instructions from grade 10 school placement portal using learner's assessment number. Then checking placement. Learners can check their assigned school by visiting the Ministry of Education placement portal or sending an SMS with their NEC assessment number to 22263. Revision window, again I've said it's a 5-day window, which is typically provided after initial results of students to request school or pathway revisions if slots are available. And that window starts from Tuesday, the 23rd of December, 2025. Parents, you need also to consider where this revision period is. The revision day starts on 23rd. 24th is a working day. 25th is Christmas. 26th is a public holiday. And that's why we are saying move with the timelines very closely. The other thing which might happen is when you all go to request the placement, we might have some delays. Just the same way we had delays in getting SMSs for the results. That is normal. I would advise you start the process earlier as a parent. Go into that junior school where your learner was physically, talk to the head teacher, initiate the placement. Flockhill Show has recorded a number of videos concerning CBC, concerning the curriculum in senior school, and all those videos are on our channel. I would also advise that together with this, you can also look at them and you will be more informed about what is happening generally in CBE. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. I would also wish that you subscribe so that you can continue getting more updates on what is happening. You can also comment and tell us what information you need us address further. Thank you so much and continue viewing our channel.